Yeah, Griff here. Are you alright? Good, good. I'll tell myself you answered. Yeah, just a quick one. This, you may have heard or read. The podcast is coming soon, probably in about 7 days. So I just want to take this opportunity to let you know I'm looking for a name for it. Looking for a name for the podcast. Struggling a bit. It would have started about 9 months ago, but couldn't come up with a name. Few suggestions have come in. Poor Rich, somebody said. Very, very clever play on words, that one. I personally, because I'm intending to do sort of 30-minute podcasts, I wanted to call it Halfcast. That's not gone down well though, so I may have to abandon that. So yeah, it's an opportunity for you to name this podcast I'm going to be doing. Big opportunity for you, for every one of you. You can put your suggestions in the comment section under this video. I'll ignore them then and come up with something in the next 7 days. But I'm really, really excited about this, as you can probably hear my voice. Really looking forward to it. Been reluctant, to do it. I've been asked for years. Griff, will you do a podcast? Please, will you do a podcast? And I've always said no, for lots of reasons. I hate the word podcast, to be honest with you. That's one of the reasons. I don't know why. It's just a very silly word, podcast. A podcast, what's that? Oh, well, what it is, you just talk to yourself when there's nobody there. And, somebody may listen to it. Probably won't. Oh, that's a good idea, yeah, I'll do that, yeah. So this, it's always put me off, but been speaking to a financial advisor recently, and apparently there's a lot of money in the lonely dollar, as it's known in the trade. So that's what I'm going to be targeting, the lonely dollar, because I want this to become my job, believe it or not. As I say, it's going to start off once a week, probably then go to twice a week, and then I'll build it up and until it's, solid. Every night, 10 o'clock, for half an hour, instead of the fucking news, because that's even more depressing than this, to be honest with you. At least with this there's hope, there's always hope. But I'm going to be targeting that lonely dollar and using this as a medium to bring the lonely people together. We'll all be in one place at the same time. It's going to be bloody marvellous. It's like a public service, really, I've applied for funding through several bodies, waiting to hear back. Very hopeful about that. But they said, well, we can't give you funding until you've got a name. So as I say, this is your opportunity now. I was going to say to put your heads together, but being the part of the lonely dollar, you'll have to put your own head against something else, See what you can come up with, and as I say, put it in the comment section of this. We're going to be covering all sorts, topical issues of the day. What's going on in the football world. I'll be giving you, a little breakdown of all the exciting stuff I've been up to each day. Some of the things I get up to. Oh, Christ, God, you're gonna bloody love listening to it. Honestly, it's gonna be cracking for you. And I'll be letting you know all about my day, what I've been doing. I'll cover the first sort of minute of the show and start talking about my life. Then my opinions. They tend to change on a daily basis depending on which YouTube videos I've been watching the night before. It's like, oh yeah, I think this. Hang on, what's that video? Let me watch that. Oh no, I don't think that anymore. I think this, because somebody's just said something. So yeah, I'll be changing my opinions on a very regular basis, which keeps the show fresh, you know. Keeps it fresh, you know. There's a lot of people, they do sort of a lot of podcasts I listen to, and you know, these people have sort of formed opinions based on facts and, you know, what type of person they are and what they think and information and all that and experience, and then they just seem to stick to those opinions very willy-nilly. Never understood that nonsense, to be honest. But yeah, I'll be mainly, you know, looking to target the lonely dollar or people in pointless relationships as well, you know. You know, so, where are you going? Oh, I'm just going to go upstairs for a lie down. You'll have your headphones on, you'll be listening to this, won't you? It'll be a break from your pointless relationship, you know. Because that's a lonely business as well, isn't it, apparently, I've heard. But yeah, you know, a lot of goings on. Just waiting for all the equipment to arrive. I am from Japan, so I can start getting the podcast together. But as I say, a lot of funding needed. All the applications are gone in, but you know, they need a name before they can approve the funding. So that's where you lot come into it. Hope you're looking forward to it. I really am. As I say, it's what we need now. It's what the country needs. To be honest, it's what the country needs. You know, whether you're listening as one of my friends, you know, family member, to somebody who stumbled across it, you know, one of my army of fans, whoever you are, it's going to be something for everyone. That's the beauty of it. It's going to be something for everyone on this. I'll be doing like an agony uncle sort of section as well. If you've got any problems, just let me know. You know, let me know. Put that in the comment section as well. Any problems at all, you know, private message me if you want to do it anonymously. But, you know, most problems I can solve, you know, as long as they're not mine, I can solve them. So don't be afraid to ask, you know, that's what we're here for. Assimilating the lonely people, collecting the lonely dollar, and solving problems, you know. The things I'm good at. And I concentrate on what I'm good at. You know, things I'm not good at, just ignore it, you know, just ignore it. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about any of that. Got some cracking visuals going on, I hope you appreciate that. That took a few hours to set up. You know, there's probably youngsters watching this who thought, what the bloody hell is that? What a great idea that is. And then there's probably people who are thinking, that's a bit passé, Richard. I was going to do a video cast, you know. I was thinking, should I do a podcast or should I do a video cast? And I remember then, I don't like my teeth. Obviously, the less you see of them, the better we'll all be for that. But yeah, get your thinking caps on now. You know, it's a podcast, which, you know, as I say, the lonely dollar. That's where the money is. Because these lonely people, you know, what they spend their money on. Not a lot. Not a lot. A lot of people sitting in the house now hoping a burglar comes through the back door at some point tonight so they can have somebody to talk to, you know. I know I am. Left the back door open, but nothing as yet. Nothing as yet. Anybody in the call centre industry, you know, don't be afraid to ask any questions about that, because I'm a bit of an expert in that. You know, the only thing I'm not very good at in the call centre industry is getting my wages paid. But, you know, most other things I'm very au fait with. I'll be doing it in Welsh as well for the Welsh speakers. That'll be about once every 3 months, the Welsh version. There's going to be subtitles for the deaf, so, you know, they're involved. I was originally just going to aim this towards the blind community, but I don't want to ostracise the sighted, you know. I want it to be for everyone. Because somebody said to me once, after I was on that call centre TV programme, may or may not have seen that, but somebody said, Griff, you're like a one-man ant on deck. And it was beautifully put, you know. One of these sort of 3-generation merchants. Very rare these days that people like me come along who can appeal to 3 generations, you know. The youngsters, and then the next one's up, and another lot. 3 generations, yeah, but you know, so hold tight now. There's only about a week to go, right? Bear with it. Try and keep yourselves busy. Let your lonely, well, no, don't let your lonely friends know. Just ignore them, to be honest with you, because once you start encouraging them to interact with you, they'll be all over you like a bloody moss, you know. And that's the last thing any of us need, really, let's be honest. Lonely friends. Jesus Christ. There's nothing more pointless than that, is there? You know, lonely people are lonely for a reason, yeah? It's not because they're good to be around. Let me tell you that from experience. So yeah, get your thinking caps on now, right? Get back to me in the comments section. You got about 4 days before I got to submit the funding applications, and we're looking to go live in about a week. Brilliant. It's been lovely speaking to you. Get in touch as soon as you can. Any problems? Any suggestions for names? Anything you want me to cover, you know, in the podcast, anything at all. There will be a section on wildlife. That'll probably be fortnightly. I don't want to overrun it, you know, with the wildlife section. There'll be a problem section. Sport, you know, football mainly, to be honest with you. I'll be looking at the issues of the day, the decline of the game, what we can do to turn that around. Or there'll be a special as well on, you know, all the different fancy dress the students are doing these days. They usually go out on a Wednesday in fancy dress. I love all that, see. Sometimes I go in my window, watch them going past and think, that looks like a good laugh at, does. I wish I was doing that right now. So there'll be a student section, you know, welcome to Swansea section. And you know, a music section as well. I'll be performing one of my own songs most weeks. Usually a cappella, just makes it easier that way. So if you've got any requests, feel free to let me know. Alright, now I'm not going to go on for too long, because you know what you're like. You'd be like, oh come on Griff, just keep talking, loving it. Can listen to this all night. A lot of you will probably go back and listen again and again. It's just hold tight, as I say, 7 days. The quicker we get a name, the quicker we can crack on. So it's up to you now, guys, right? Alright, lovely. All the best now.